Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now we are going to proceed to um, discuss how to collect the evidence of endoscopy for Caesar pathway. Again, I want from you a single file, just single file containing every evidence, and sometimes you can refer to the missing evidence in other uh, files. So let's proceed together. Okay. So you have cover letter in the first page containing index of what we are gonna see in this endoscopy file with short explanation of the evidence. Why it's important to mention short explanation? Because you can say that, the first, first page it is, or sorry, the second page, to be the second page will be the rota, and number three will be blah blah blah. Page number four till page number 10, there will be endoscopy reports showing that I'm doing PEG tube, and if applicable, PEG J tube, NG and NJ as an evidence of nutrition endoscopy, and also W1 if you can. Also evidence of bleed therapy, varicella and non-varicella, and evidence of esophageal dilatation if you manage to do it. If you already did it, otherwise, you show off what therapeutics you can do. So when you put this explain, from the first page, what we are gonna see, instead of reading the whole report, you're telling me that this is evidence of peg tube, evidence of blah blah blah, evidence of bleed therapy. And if you want to make, like an empty page with a large font, you can say evidence of peg, then the report will be next. And then another empty page with large font, you put evidence of variceal bleeding therapy, and then the report of this variceal bleeding therapy. And then an empty page, and with large font, you put evidence of non-variceal, and you give a report or two, and then evidence of big J or dilatation or Botox injection or whatever you can do NGs. But I want you to show some evidence. So let's go again from the beginning. So the first page will be cover page, and in the first page you put index and short explanation. The second evidence you want to put in the same file is the JAG certificates. If you have JAG certificates of OGD and colonoscopy or whatever, JAG certificates, you can put it. Some people, have JAG certificate for ERCP or video capsule. That's fine. You can put it. Although it's not required, but it will, value your application. If you don't have the JAC certificate, you may have an equivalent evidence, like, you can have a letter from your lead that you are doing OGD and colonoscopy and signed off, and there is no need to have the JAC certificate. I think the JAC nowadays, they don't ask people that already signed off to have the course, but they ask the lead to, to prove that. Ask how to get this evidence, or if you work most of the time outside UK and this is your first year, then you can just put the evidence from outside UK that you are doing OGDs and colonoscopy and you are signed off. Then the third evidence I want you to put, so starting with cover letter, then the JAG certificate or equivalents, JAG certificates or equivalents, and then you print from the JAG website. If you go to the JAG website, uh, you will find under your GMC number that you can generate a PDF file of the endoscopies you are doing, and you'll find you should print, arrange a file that containing endoscopies since you began working in UK till now. And you should be aware that you should include every hospitals, because if you work in many hospitals, then you want the JAC to gather everything. This will create a table containing, the normal endoscopies, your D2 intubation rate, your cecal intubation rate, your therapeutics, your polypectomies, your different indications. This is another good evidence, but they will usually The JAG website will give you two options, one for upper endoscopies and one for lower endoscopies, which include flexes. I'm not sure about the ERCP, but I think that you can generate this file. So now, till now, we did three evidence, three evidences. Number one, cover letter. Number two, JAG certificates or equivalents. Number three is the PDF file containing the endoscopy numbers since coming to UK. If you are working outside UK, you can generate a file like that and ask your lead to sign it because he will be responsible to say this evidence is right. Uh, Coming to the fourth evidence, you can get a letter from the endoscopy unit or lead of the procedure you are signed off. It will be just single file saying this is to certify that Dr. blah 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 is signed off for the following procedures: number one, number two, number three, number four. You can, you know, uh, do multiple. You can list out the procedures you can do. This would also make your application more successful. Finished of that, then the endoscopy reports. The endoscopy reports, sorry, the endoscopy reports, you need to include variety of cases and you should show off. So as mentioned, in the beginning, you can arrange every report, and before every report, you get an empty page with large font of what we are gonna see. So number first empty page and write with large font, normal OGD, and then put it. Then another file, normal colonoscopy, then a colonoscopy. Number four, polypectomy. Number three, polypectomy, and then you put the evidence of the report. And number three, variceal banding, one or two cases, you put it. Then an empty page, non-variceal bleed therapy, and you put two or three or four bleed therapy, like clips, like APC, like gold probe or adrenaline injections, or whatever you want to put. This will be another evidence. Then another empty file, pig tube. If you can make pig pig change, you can put multiple evidences of these cases, and then put an evidence for NG and NJ insertion, and this is would make your CV very and your endoscopy file very heavy and strong, showing skills. So there will be no doubt that you are on the same bar or maybe much better than junior consultants in UK. Then you need to include a few lists of your endoscopy. Again, you put an empty file, empty page, and you write this lists of your endoscopies and include few lists. You can print these few lists and redact the patient details. This should, that you have endoscopy lists under your name. The same will apply for clinic when we'll come to the clinic letters. And then you can put an empty page and explain it that the evidence for rotas of endoscopies PAs, like if you are doing two or three PAs endoscopies per week, you can, include this in the rota, but you shouldn't put this on this file. You will have another file later on, we'll discuss this, called rotas to show the clinic rotas, endoscopies rotas, bleed therapy rotas, RAS or advice and guidance rotas, and you know so uh, by this the end you finish the evidence of endoscopy. As you see now, we include from different angles. We call this triangulation, different angles showing your skills. Rotas, letter from the lead, JAG certificate, evidence of number of endoscopies you did, examples of endoscopy reports to show you have the skills, and you summarize to them what skills you can do. We call this triangulation. The same evidence proved from different angles. This file will be around 50 or 60 page or maybe up to 70 page, but it will be read quickly and the assessor or even the advisor or whoever will be happy about this evidence of your skills. Thank you.